Hey, what's going on YouTube? And welcome back to Tech Conversations. Firstly, if you haven't already, make sure to check out Lux Algo. Lux Algo is an AI platform that lets you build and deploy your own indicators, powered by some legendary tools and used by over 15,000 traders, including myself. And I'll actually show you one of their own premium indicators later on in today's video. But right now, if you sign up to Lux Algo by using my link in the description below, you can get up to 45% off these premium indicators. Keep in mind, you can also get 30 days risk-free, so why not try them out? So go ahead and check out Lux Algo. I'll put a link to them in the description below. Also, make sure to check out the Discord, completely free to join. I'll put a link to it in the description below as well. We're almost at 10,000 members in here, so thank you to everyone that's joined our Discord. Now let's get right into today's video. So today, I want to talk about the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100 and some very interesting things that are happening right now. So let's first take a quick look here at the fear and greed index. So what emotion is driving the market right now? Remember, the fear and greed index is a way to gauge stock market movements and whether stocks are fairly priced. The theory is based on the logic that excessive fear tends to drive down share prices, and too much greed tends to have the opposite effect. So if we take a look here, we're at a 20 right now. We're back in extreme fear. So extreme fear has hit the market again. Let's quickly take a look here at the timeline. So it's very interesting to see that almost a month ago, we were in greed, 66. Now we're back down to a 20. We're back down into extreme fear. So that being said, let's go over to TradingView and let's take a look at the chart for the S&P 500 and for the Nasdaq 100. And again, some very interesting things to keep in mind right now. So let's go over to TradingView. I'll put a link to TradingView in the description below. And like I mentioned earlier, let me start by showing you one of Lux Algo's premium indicators. This is their signal and overlays indicator. So let me quickly show you what this indicator comes with. So this indicator comes with confirmation and exit signals. So confirmation signals denoted by these green and red boxes here. These aim to confirm any potential action a trader might take, and they're more effective when used in confluence with other features. There's also exit signals denoted by these blue X's that you see here. There'll also be orange X's, and these aim to help traders find areas to consider exiting a position based on a previous confirmation signal. So for example here, if you saw this confirmation signal and it helped you go long, then here this would have potentially helped you consider exiting your position, and there was another exit signal here as well. We also have the smart trail. So the smart trail is this blue and red line here in the middle. So an uptrend is indicated when the price is above the smart trail, a downtrend when the price is below the smart trail. And also these shaded areas of the smart trail are areas that could potentially help you find, areas of support or resistance. And then finally, we have the reversal zone. So this red and green shaded area here. So as the name suggests, each zone is designed to help the user find potential tops and bottoms. So go ahead and check out Lux Algo. I'll put a link to them in the description below. Now let's go ahead and remove that. Let's go over to the daily chart. Let's talk about this chart pattern that I have here already. Now this chart pattern we actually talked about 2 weeks ago. And you can go watch that video if you'd like. So we talked about this chart pattern, which is a very rare chart pattern that back then we had noticed was potentially forming on SPY. So this is known as the diamond chart pattern here. And like we talked about in that previous video, this is generally a reversal chart pattern. And so we take a look what eventually happened here. We broke out of this diamond chart pattern to the downside. So again, price was going up, it was going up. We started to see this diamond chart pattern here, generally a reversal chart pattern. And what happened? We eventually broke out of it and closed below it to the downside here. And if you actually notice, right, the first candle here where we broke out and closed below it, what happened here was actually it came up to retest this trend line, because it used to be support, and then it retested it to see if, now it turned into resistance, and it did. And as you can see, it pulled back even further. So if you, looked at this chart pattern, if you kept an eye on it, if you caught it, it went from about 680 to 660, or if you waited for the retest, it went from about 685 to 660. So there's that diamond chart pattern we had talked about. Now let me go ahead and remove it here. So a couple of other very interesting things to talk about here. We talked about this as well plenty of times, right? We talked about the fact that SPY was, testing the 100-day simple moving average, this blue line here, multiple times, and that, is getting very close to breaking and closing below it. And now we actually saw that happen. So it finally broke and closed below the 100-day simple moving average. So now it's below the 50-day, the 100-day simple moving average. And as you can see, it's approaching this red line here very quickly. This is the 200-day simple moving average, which is currently sitting at around 656. And so in the short term here, SPY has begun forming lower lows and lower highs, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And so what that means here is that it is entering into a short-term downtrend. And we can actually draw a chart pattern with this here. Let me draw it for you. So I'm going to connect some of these lower highs and some of these lower lows and draw some trend lines. So I'm going to connect some of these lower highs here first. And then what we can do, and I'm actually extend this here a little bit further. And then what we can do is we can clone this here. And notice if I drag it to the bottom here, again, it lines up perfectly here with some of these lower lows here. So it's connecting, we're connecting some of the lower highs, some of the lower lows. We get two trend lines here that are parallel to each other. They're sloping downwards. Price has been trading between these two trend lines here for a while now. So this is a well-known chart pattern. This is a descending channel chart pattern. And so generally what we see is with this lower trend line, this trend line is acting as an area of support. This upper trend line is acting as an area of resistance. Price is trading between this channel here. So again, this is a bearish chart pattern here. And so what we're looking for here is a breakout out of this channel. Breaking below and closing below the lower trend line, or breaking above and closing above this upper trend line. So until that happens, I would expect SPY to continue trading inside of this channel here. Now let's go over to the weekly chart here. So let me remove these two drawings. And I'm going to go to the weekly chart now for SPY. So again, there's something very interesting here on the weekly chart. And so let's actually zoom out quite a bit here. Let's zoom out 5 years here. So I'm going to zoom out about 5 years, going all the way back to 2021. And I'm going to go ahead in the 200 simple moving average here, the red line. I'm going to change it to the 20 simple moving average. So there's another simple moving average that a lot of people have an eye on, that they watch out for. And so the reason I bring up the 20-week simple moving average is because for the second week in a row now, SPY has closed below the 20-week simple moving average. And so if we look at the last 5 years, every time that the 20-week simple moving average, the red line, and let me actually also remove the 100 simple moving average here, every time the red line or the 20-week simple moving average is above the 50-week simple moving average, or the green line here, and SPY closes below the 20-week simple moving average, SPY has always either gone down, pulled back to touch the 50-week simple moving average, or fallen, gone below the 50-week simple moving average eventually. So for example, right here, this was back in January of 2022, we can see SPY broke and closed below the 20-week simple moving average. And as you can see, it came down and it touched the 50-week simple moving average, eventually actually going below it. Same thing right here. Back in April of 2022, we closed below the 20-week simple moving average. We touched the 50-week and actually eventually went below it. Then here, we closed below again the 20-week simple moving average, came down, pulled back, eventually touched the 50-week simple moving average. Now here, it did not really, go deep below the 50-week simple moving average, but it did still touch it. And then finally here, again, we broke and closed below the 20-week simple moving average, came down to touch it, the 50-week simple moving average, and then, fell way below that. So for 5 years, it's done that every single time. Now, past performance does not guarantee future results. But if it does that again, if it at least touches the 50-week simple moving average, that would put SPY at around 638. So again, just something very interesting to note, to keep an eye out for. Now, very quickly, I want to look at the Nasdaq 100 here. So we'll go to QQQ. And so we'll switch over to QQQ. Let's switch over to the daily chart here. And let me bring back the 100-day simple moving average. And let me change this back to the 200-day simple moving average. So again, I'm going to go out 5 years to 2021. We'll zoom out a little bit here. So I'm going to zoom out to right there. Again, looking at 5 years here on the Nasdaq 100. So the Nasdaq 100 is also very quickly approaching the 200-day simple moving average. So QQQ closed at 593 yesterday. The 200-day simple moving average is at 590. And so again, in the last 5 years, there are two main areas, two times where QQQ broke and closed below the 200-day simple moving average, and both got very ugly. So the first time was here, January of 2022. Second time was here, February of 2025 here. And there's only one time here where bulls were actually able to hold at the 200-day simple moving average, which is right here. This was August of 2024, and that's where we eventually bounced from. So I would be very careful around this area where we are at right now. We're approaching the 200-day simple moving average on QQQ. And it's very possible that this next week may be a key week that determines where we go next. Are we going to hold that 200-day simple moving average, or are we going to break and close below it? So be very careful. I think in the short term, we are in a downtrend until the chart confirms again that we are not. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Check out the Discord, link to that in the description below. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys next time.